from purpose to performance. Sir, round of applause.
Thank you. I've got to be as fast as Usain Bolt. I've just got 10 minutes. I am here not to promote like the other ones. I'm here to educate, something unique that I wanted to do. So today I'm going to talk about, it's not a strategy class, but about purpose, which is soon catching up in all organizations, and some of the top organizations in the world have a purpose statement. So I'm going to talk very briefly about how organization purpose is very important for the business, for the customers, and for the employees, as that ultimately drives peak performance. We all know about having vision statements and mission statements, which are on the walls of the cafeteria and the corridors, and not much done. But purpose is something else. A vision statement is there, what a business desires to achieve in the long run, say 5 or 10 years. A mission statement tells what the company does and who it serves, whereas the purpose statement answers the why, and why do we exist, and what do we do? Let me give you some examples of the top companies. Nike, as you all very well know. The purpose statement is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. If you have a body, you are an athlete. That's what they say. Let's take something closer to our industry, Starbucks. Starbucks says, to establish Starbucks as the premium purveyor of coffees, of the finest coffees in the world, while maintaining our uncompromising principles while we grow. That is why they're all a top company and in the top 100 Forbes, and very well-known Apple and Google and Microsoft and Starbucks, and it goes on, and hugely successful and sustain that success. So let's talk about purpose. So I need to operate this. Sorry, can you help me? Yeah. Okay. So why do we exist and what do we do? Is the purpose of a business to achieve profits? Not at all. Profit is the end result of the purpose. Having a purpose will provide clarity and direction for your business strategy, decision making, and clearing a forward path for your growth and innovation. So if your employees and your customers know why the business exists and what you do, then employees come to work with a sense of purpose. The purpose connects them to the day-to-day tasks. They collaborate, and there is innovation. They are re-energized, and performance climbs. When it comes to customers, customers now want to know if businesses are just for profit or beyond that, and they want to do business with companies that do good, which means then the purpose is how do you enhance the community, make it a better place to live, and elevate the lives of your customers. So purpose becomes very important and when you see these things. Now you would ask me, what are you doing for your organization? What is your purpose statement? Yes, we do have. We have established that in the past few years. We have created it, and we do follow, and my team who's here knows that well. So our purpose statement is to be the most customer-connected cafe experience that is different, personal, and rewarding. Those three words is what we focus on, to be different. And that is why in the last 2 years, we've gone into a different category in our menu, which I'll explain later. As far as personal is concerned, it's a personalized service, which is tough and we're trying hard, and rewarding, which comes with our very good app that we have. And then also the customer value proposition is linked to the purpose again. So we serve, that's our customer value proposition, is that we serve comfort food and beverages as well as healthy food and beverages. Customers benefit from our loyalty app, and they have access to several of our outlets, which is geographically spread. So end of the day, a customer value proposition is, what do customers benefit? Why do they have to come to you? So it all links to the purpose again. And if you ask me, what good have you done to the customers, since you say customers want to go to companies that do good? And since 2 years, we started our smart eating menu 2 years ago. The smart eating menus got plant-based, keto, and vegan items, and that has really driven our sales. It's not about sales or profit again, but it has enriched the lives of our customers, which we get to see from our feedback. So the organization value chain is usually people talk about strategy, capabilities, and management systems. But if you do not have a purpose, you cannot have a strategy. Your strategy is linked to your organization purpose. Why do you exist? What do we do? Okay? So let's talk about business strategy quickly. So what are we trying to win at? Everyone's got their own strategy. I won't go too deep into that, but strategy could be you're having a differentiation factor, you are on low-cost leadership, and the likes. Most of the times, everybody could formulate a strategy, but it is known that 80 to 90% of organizations fail to execute the strategy. Strategy execution is never easy, and that is because of organizational capabilities. So what do we need to be good at to win? I'll come back later, and it's coming to the performance considerations. So basically, what do we need to be good at to win is having those capabilities and resources, which mainly talks about people and other resources. And what delivers the performance to win? Do you have the management systems to support those capabilities and resources? It's not just having the right talent, but you have the systems and process in place. I want to bring the performance considerations now. How well does our business strategy support the fulfillment of our organization purpose? We know these questions we need to ask when we formulate our strategy. How do we differentiate ourselves to win in the marketplace? You need to differentiate. You need to ask the questions. Are we having the right products and services? Or are we just copying from others? Are you going to have dynamite shrimp or chicken? Or are you going to have a Lotus cheesecake? Or are you going to have a Cheetos burger? Or you're going to have a virtual brand because somebody else has it, and I'm going to have that technology because he has it? No. What is it that your customers want? What are your customers demanding? Who are your target customers? What is it that is missing? What is it that you're not doing? What is it that your competitors are doing that you are not doing? But you don't have to copy your customers. So these questions need to be asked when you formulate your strategy, and that, again, it is linked to the organization purpose. This value chain is linked to each other. A lot of times, the purpose is not there, but the rest are there. The business strategy is there, but the capabilities will not be there. So they are all linked to each other and support each other. Let's talk about the capabilities now. how well does our organizational capability support the implementation of the business strategy? It's great to have a strategy, but do you have the right people to execute it? Have you reskilled the people to the current demands? Are you agile to innovate to the demands of our customers? Are you listening to your customers and adapting to it? So you need to have these capabilities. Innovation is the biggest thing that's happening, and do you do that? And the last one is, how well do our management systems drive the performance of our valuable resources? So you had the right people on board, you do innovate, you collaborate and everything. But what happens is, systems and processes are not there. You could have a workplace, and you could have closed doors, and decision-making gets delayed because you can't walk in and get an approval. You don't have an open workplace. You got closed doors. You do not have an IT system that is good enough to capture data. You can't do analytics. You can't convert those data into transactions. Let's talk about performance management systems. How often do we see performance management systems or appraisals done once a year? It doesn't matter anymore. You need to do it every month, if not every quarter. I do it every month. I give that feedback to my senior team. They need to know where to improve, not at 6 months or later a year when things have already passed on train. How do you incentivize your staff? How do you have individual collaboration, team collaboration? How do you have a loose culture so you empower them to innovate, create, collaborate, and that's what it means. So the end point is you need to have this organizational value chain, but it should have a purpose. Without a purpose, you cannot formulate a strategy. And once again, strategy execution fails because you do not have the right capabilities. I've been through that. I've failed, but I've succeeded once I've learned my lesson that if you do not have the right people, the right skills, and do not develop them, you are not going to create, innovate, and grow. So capability is extremely important. That comes to the end of my presentation, just one slide. I don't know if I have enough time. Okay, so the bell has rung. What I would like to say is live life with a purpose and work towards a purpose. And together as the UAE restaurant community, let us be the best food and beverage destination in the world. Thank you.
Well, a big thank you to Ravi there as I hooked him off the stage. Sorry about that, Ravi. And there's always more people want to talk about. Anyway, our next presentation over the next 10 minutes is by a lady called Wendy Westbury, the Senior Real Estate Manager for Americana Restaurants. She's going to be talking